This is Friday, April 4th, and I am squatting again.
Glenn Pendlay doing squats, getting back into the routine. How are these squats feeling, Coach?
Well, I feel like I'm going deep enough. They don't feel too hard. It's been kind of funny. Ever since I started squatting again, and of course I started with 40 kilos, as soon as I got back here, basically a week or two after I got back here to South Carolina. And they felt the same every week. And I'm planning on going 100 kilos this Friday, today. But they haven't felt noticeably harder since I started. So that's good.
Yeah, getting that strength back. You know, they posted a video of Shawn doing snatches up to like 125. It's amazing how much better Shawn's snatches look.
Yeah, he looks pretty good now. Since we've watched him on video, quite a bit up here, I've been blown away by how he looks rep by rep. They're all pretty much the same, and they all look good.
He's bringing that bar in much better. I think sometimes he gets very frustrated from the day-to-day grind, like, a lot of us always do, but man, I think if he took a look at some of the videos when he first moved here, took a look at that video of his snatches up to 125 the other day, I mean, it's amazing the progress.
Well, he snatched 140 in training a couple days ago.
Yeah. But just the technique up to 125 is just spot on. I mean, he's been making much heavier weights, but just technique-wise, Caleb's been on fire.
Yeah.
We got a title belt, and the dude, if I'd have known a title belt would have made Caleb lift 20 more kilos in each lift, I'd have bought that a long time ago.
He seems to have taken to that very well. I mean, it's motivating him, definitely. He carries it around the gym all the time. Mm-hmm. You know that he likes it when he does that.
Oh, he's been proud. He's proud of that title belt, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's won the contest. I'd be proud too. James's pull he's got a great pull, up to 140, no problem these days, just smoking them.
Speaking of no problem, those didn't exactly look hard for you.
Those looked a little out of control, but they definitely weren't hard.
The thing about Shawn is he's got a pretty damn good lockout. If he's going to make the lift, the lockout is pretty strong. I mean, I've seen him press things out before when it's obviously heavy enough to press out. But assuming he's going to make it, looks pretty secure. Those look good.
Yeah, I think this was the last day that I did high block snatches. So, there you go. There's a 140. I mean, it doesn't even look like he's really trying. So it's been fun to watch James progress. Becca's a lot more consistent too. Is this 150?
Yeah, I think it's 50. Becca just doesn't miss anymore.
Yeah, she's even with the complex, she's been getting close to her max, specifically in the snatch, like pull plus snatch, 78, 80 kilos. So Mike's been coaching some kids after training, so he kind of gets going early. He's got a little program working with younger kids. But 150, that's a very good clean and jerk in training for him. Up to 125, like I was saying, just no problem.
And then we have Matt. And it's still fun to make fun of Matt, but he's getting better. He's definitely getting better.
He is approaching / exceeded those numbers that you put in that last video, but you're not letting up.
No. As soon as you find a weak link in the chain, you got to attack it. That's what I'm thinking with Matt. We've identified the weak link, and we can't let up.
Matt looks a ton better. He's been hitting all kinds of PRs, and I'm actually really proud of him. He's been going for it in training the past few weeks and made tons of progress. And he's that's 135 for Shawn. And Matt's actually talked smack to James a couple times and won some of the contests, which was kind of funny. James had to wear that cheerleading shirt.
Yeah, both of those guys kind of cracked me up in training because they definitely put great stock in their little bets.
Well, speaking of that 140, that was the 140 that Shawn had made the past couple of days. So. Tom and Caleb, they've started training together recently, and I think both of them are doing better. They were kind of training on their own platforms, and sometimes you need a little competition.
Well, Caleb always used to like to train basically by himself on his own platform and not talk too much to the other lifters, but he's opened up a lot.
And he's gotten a Facebook, a smartphone, and an Instagram.
That Instagram cracks me up. If you'd asked me a year and a half ago if Caleb would ever have an Instagram, I would have definitely said no. Of course, I'd have said the same thing about a smartphone.
Nice 170 by Tom. Yeah, I would have said the same thing with both him and James, but as soon as he got an Instagram, he's hitting PR so he can show people, that's for sure. Now, this was my nemesis for like 4 weeks, 140 for a triple on the block snatch. Finally get over the hump on this. Now about...
That's one that I didn't get to see in person. Oh, nice celebration.
Now, a couple weeks ago, I went to go train up at Travis Mash's place, and me and John were going after that lift off of the blocks. And we both made it in training now, so we conquered 140, thank goodness.
It was a soft jerk.
You know, James is really strong overhead. Even if it's a little out of position, he can hold it in weird places. Which is interesting because he doesn't press or push press very much, but Caleb's jerk is finally coming around so much better.
Saw a hint of Tom taking a knee there, I think.
Well, he stuck his tongue out, and then I think he thought Josh was gonna cut that out of the video, but we saw you were tired.
Shawn can basically just jerk whatever he wants to.
Yeah, he's been able to do 170 in the clean jerk so much more often lately. I think this is a day. James made 140. He snatched 140. I think James made 170, and this right here is 171 to beat James. He really likes to beat James. He gets so ticked off when James beats him, so that's for the win right there.
It's a nice jerk.
Her jerk's getting a lot better. She can clean like 110 plus now. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great to look back when Becca came here. You know, her lifts are so much lower. She's really improved.
And she's snatching what used to be a very tough clean and jerk for her when she first moved here. So
yeah, definitely.
It's a good jerk by Matt. 55. Not a bad clean.
Well, he was talking Wednesday about doubling 55 on a clean today, so we'll see if it happens. I know he wants to.
It'd be a nice clean double for him for sure.
Yeah.
You know, when he first moved here, he was struggling with 140. So for him to be able to do 155 multiple times in a training session, that's progress, you know. All right, well, good training session on April 4th.
Yeah, there was a lot of good lifts in that session, and of course the biggest thing was the snatches, the 140 snatches for James, and and Matt didn't snatch that super heavy, but James had a really nice 140.
James and Shawn did that 140 and finally got that triple off the blocks with 140. So anyways, we'll see you guys next week.